Alright, guys. We've got ourselves a big PvP lower bracket semifinals in the bottom right. This is Hero playing on a barcode account. In the top left, it's Classic also playing on a barcode account. It's hot in Paris. It takes up to 2 minutes to create a new Battle.net account, to create a new StarCraft account. I understand that's too hard for these pro players, so they are both playing on barcodes. I'll be doing a bit of editing to hopefully this looks correct in the bottom left side. Though who knows, maybe my cursor's going underneath the text of the names whenever I do this. I don't know, but I'll hopefully remember to edit that, so at least for those watching on YouTube after the fact, it's going to be good. I've already been warned the players are going to change colors multiple times throughout this series as well while playing on identical barcodes, which is just friggin' hilarious. But this was played, of course, in the middle of the biggest heatwave of all time, or at least in like 50 or 100 years or whatever in Paris. It's a crazy heatwave in Europe over the last weekend. And I'm sure it was quite a struggle to get a big event like this organized at the best of times in the middle of a heat wave. Probably even more stressful. So hats off to the guys at Comeback TV for organizing it. It's a best of 7. Winner of this will face the loser of Serral and Maru in the lower bracket finals. So this is, of course, a match. Loser of this ends up 4th place in the tournament. Still a very admirable placing. Remember, guys like Clem already fallen by the wayside. Clem, Solar, Beyond, they've all been eliminated. It is just Serral, Hero, Maru, Classic. Now, this is interesting. Hero not walling off here. Neither is Classic in the main, but that's because he's full walled on his natural. So Classic's going to go for a 1-gate expand. Hero scouting quite... Actually, he didn't scout at all, did he? Did he? Did he go up here? Oh, yeah, he went along the worker-only path, it looks like. So he scouted that no one's here. He's gone for a hidden pylon to fake a proxy, and now he's going across the map. Honestly, this feels like a pretty big favored build for Classic, in my opinion. Like, you're going to build 2 sentries and go for a Nexus, which is cute, but a Nexus is way ahead. Stargate should be favored over sentry opening, and I really like the opening here for Classic on X-Arch. Now, X-Arch is a map which is 4 players. You can spawn anywhere on this map. There's no spawn restrictions as far as I know. And I think the blind 1-gate expand's a pretty good choice. Now, of course, people can open these minerals up, but it will take 7 worker trips to mine open these back paths into your base. Now, you could, of course, as Hero, just go build a pylon in the corner and then warp in units there. But, you know, Classic wasn't born yesterday. I'm sure he'll check for that, guys. I'm sure he will check for that. He would. There's no way he's gonna die to a random pylon in the corner of his... You know Hero's going to try it as well. Like 100% Hero's going to circle this main maybe and like throw a random pylon in the corner. Void Ray starts, it cancels. He starts an Oracle, it cancels. He starts a Phoenix. And the Stalker's just chilling there. Classic is, of course, busy with his Adept on the other side. He shades in, gets 2 probes. Nice micro there. Sorry, I wasn't watching that. I was kind of like, why is Hero getting a full scout on your base? Classic just hyper-focused, of course, on that part of it. And Oracle would have been a much better opening here. Oracle in general is the more solid start, and I think he should have started Oracle. I think starting Phoenix basically announces your intentions to just sit in your corner. And now, like, you're like, oh, cool, I can just pressure you. Look at this. He's just going to walk across with 4 sentries and 2 stalkers. And Classic has nothing. He has no way of counter-threatening. You don't even need a battery at home. Hero is both chronoing probes and putting out crazy pressure. He traps the Stalker with a force field. Phoenix are going to come out. But, dude, he's about to run out of energy on the battery. Yes, the sentry will go down. But, dude, the Stalker's about to fall. Another force field comes down. This is an immense pressure out of a guy who's macroing hard behind it. Classic finding himself in a terrible position. Multiple batteries are building. Phoenix were not the play here, guys. Hero comes in with the probe, and it felt like Classic just got mind gamed by that. And he saw the sentries and thought, oh yeah, sentries are normally pretty defensive, but dude, if you've only got 2 Phoenix and 1 Stalker, turns out this is quite a scary spot to be in. Now, Hero, of course, I think should be looking for a quick third. He's going to go for a Robo of his own, make sure he doesn't die to any DTs or anything. He's got Twilight already up, but no gas available for it, and some of these building batteries do get cancelled. Now, Classic is only down 2 workers, but yeah, I think you've got to commit to the Oracle in that scenario. Even if it's scouted, and you go, it's not the best, but then, like, it at least forces a big response from your opponent. He's got to build battery in the main, he's got to leave units at home to defend it, he's got to go for his own Phoenix, potentially. There's so many things there, because Classic wasn't sure exactly what his opponent was going for. Kind of, I think, overthought it a little bit. Tried to play the kind of safe middle-of-the-road Phoenix, but actually let Hero take advantage of him because of it. Now loses one of those 2 Phoenix as well. At least he sees the quick third. But of course, going for Immortals, and now a very delayed Twilight and Forge. Classics in an awkward spot. He's going to go out this south side. Is he going to go for a Nexus, or what's this? Is he going to go build a pylon in his base? Oh, yes, he is. Ooh. Oh, he's going to go Blink. Okay, so it's 1 Phoenix, 1 Void Ray, 1 Immortal, 1 Stalk. A very small army in general. Nice Hallucination Scout here for Hero. Hero's on 3 gases, rallying over to the 3rd. He's still not used his Twilight. Hero made a Twilight several minutes ago, guys, and I think he probably thinks he started Blink or something. But he's just, he didn't have enough gas for it. He went for the Robo, he's going Observers, he's building a Forge. Hero's completely forgotten to use his Twilight Council in this game, which is kind of tragic. The fact that he's forgotten tells me he thinks there's something upgrading off of it. A couple of Ursa Dax over here. Ursa Dons, I should say, by the way. Oh, look at that. Cool unit, man. We do need more maps with Ursa Dons on them, I gotta say. Too many Tastelopes, too many Artosalopes, too many Urubus. Charge finally comes in, as well as +1. Got a little Stalker Sentry poke coming in. Nice force field. He's just going to force field, and then Void Ray does kill 1 Stalker. I think Oracles are armored units now, right, guys? Or is it just they're not light? Ooh, the Void Ray gets focused there. Bit of a mistake there for Classic. He loses his Phoenix as well. He does kill another Stalker. He's got 3 Immortals, which is why he's being so brave here. I do think he can take care of this army. If you notice, Hero's like, hey, bro, if you're not dealing with those Adepts, we can pick off the Cybercore, and then the Adepts can go in, potentially do some big damage in this main. New Cybercore gets rebuilt in that main base. Good split on the Stalkers. He's not going to take game-ending damage at the same time. Oh, the Pylon went up here! Oh my gosh, sorry guys. My bad there. Lots of things going on. The Pylon in the back door does get in. Adept Shade down to the natural, and Classic with a brilliant counterattack, making the most of a messy situation. He's going to take out a good 8 or 9. Will he get 10? He's going to shade back into the main, but he does get blocked by that warp in. So it's going to be 9 probes for 4 Adepts. It's not exactly a cost-for-cost trade, but he's got his own blink up. There's no blink for his opponent. He's only down 4 probes. I mean, it feels like it's not that bad. Now, of course, Hero, it's like, where did those Adepts come from? Hero? No way. Oh my god, another 3 Adepts are going to warp in and kill a bunch of probes. He could maybe wall these out. Is Hero going to have some clutch quick walling? Is he gonna do some Age of Empires magic? No, look, he purposely doesn't scout it. He finally remembers, and he's kind of baited him into committing here. So Classic's already committed to 3 more of these units. These Stalkers now running around. The probes running away. The Adepts, of course, will shade into the natural. Leaves 1 in the main. The Zealots get on top of this. And only 3 probes going down. Not bad. Not bad. Surely you clean the Pylon up now, yeah. That's why you've got to have Pylons on either side of your main watching these worker-only paths where people can sneak into your base, guys. You've got to watch for those. You'll notice one of them is right next to your gas. The other one is always... Actually, wait, that one's... Wait, on the top left, they're both right next to the gases. Oh no, it's right next to the gas here as well. It's just when it first dips in, if you don't notice it pop out. Oh, I feel like these should be further away, so that there's more chance to sneak in the base. So if a player doesn't put a specific spotting building, they don't see it. Whereas, as it is, the gases themselves kind of give you vision of this little exit point. I feel like they should almost encourage the cheesiness there. Anyway, Classic does kill another probe somewhere. Phoenix flying around. These 2 Adepts could be a nuisance, but it looks like they've been spotted as the army comes up and hunts them down. Glaive Adepts coming in for Classic, guys. Now, how do Glaives fare against Zealots? They kind of ruin a Zealot army in the middle stage. And then the moment Archons or Disruptors come out, the Adepts look like one of the worst units you could possibly have in your arsenal. Right now, Hero is also just so far ahead on supply, and he's got Archons coming in. I worry that the Adept count is not going to get to where it needs to be, nor will it be ready for just this massive army supply advantage. Hero's stopped at 57 workers. He's got an abundance of army. Who needs a Warp Prism? Well, Hero actually does have a Warp Prism. They both do. But the Warp Prism for Classics on the other side. He's going to go for an Adept drop, but he's just not got the material. Look at the amount of Zealots. 25 Zealots. I think Hero can attack move this. I don't think he needs any fancy micro. Not with this numbers advantage. This is the timing that he's built for himself off of this early game aggression. Classic trying to cower behind his Nexus. The Adepts putting on a pretty good fight so far. Oh, those force fields are brilliant. Popping the Adepts and the Immortals out to the front. They're going to get overwhelmed. The Stalker Sentry Immortal Archon just smashing that Immortal Adept. And now Hero can push forwards and do the damage that he needs. Classic with a desperate warp in of Adepts on the other side, trying to do some counter damage, but he's getting completely overrun on the front. And Hero here with the 2-gate, no scout early on. All he did was hide a pylon. But can you believe it, guys? It was like, what, four sentries? 5 sentries and 2 stalkers. Did crazy damage early on and set him up for success. I think Classic here got to be kicking himself. I think his opening was probably the better opening, but he had to commit to the Oracle at the start. All right, guys. Well, I felt bad for the viewers watching live, so I've decided to actually just go and add some text in for the player names here, and I'll have to flip it game to game. So I guess that's going to look a little bit different to where I'm going to have edited the name into the video in the first game. But this time I'm actually doing it live in the OBS software, but looks a bit janky, but at least the people tuning in live know what's happening, because this is so confusing. And guess what? The players, you might be thinking, Pig, you've done it wrong. No. The players swapped colors between games. Now keep in mind, guys, the Comeback TV guys had their hands busy. This is why during Pigfest, it was actually the Comeback TV guys who were helping me run the lobbies and stuff. I kind of like basically deputized them as admins because they were just doing the French broadcast for it. I was like, hey, can you guys just help out? And I would always say, make sure for the whole series, this player is red and this player is blue, because otherwise the players won't pay attention to it and they will swap. And they did an amazing job of doing that. I wish I was like there casting live so I could pay the favor back and have done the same thing. But unfortunately, they were a bit overwhelmed. The players have indeed swapped colors, and I believe it's going to happen a few more times in this series. Hero in the top right side, up 1-0, going blue. Scouts after the second gateway. Classic with a 1-gate opening. More conservative early scout. So this is just the Classic matchup, isn't it? Super conservative opening here for Classic. Now he should have 2 on 1 gas, 1 on the other, rather than 3 on 1 gas. A little inefficient there, but it is what it is. But he scouts early. He's making sure he's not getting cheesed, but he's also only got 1-gate production here, and he's blind gone 2 gas before even knowing if the probe was going to block his expansion or not. So Classic's playing conservative. Hero with the 2-gate has way more options and flexibility, whereas Classic basically has to go for a Nexus. The only question is, does he build the Stargate or the Nexus first? And it's probably almost certainly going to be Stargate. Now, Hero, I would not be surprised if he tries to Phoenix War in this game, just to mix things up a bit. He goes double Adept, he goes Warp Gate, and we are going to see Nexus Sentry, actually, for Classic. Interesting. Third pylon on the low ground here for Hero. His own pylon probe goes home. Classic's tracking it to make sure he doesn't proxy him. If you don't track him, he can just go proxy you right next to your base, so good call. Hero traps this probe inside his base so that he can't block him from building a Nexus. This probe does turn around to go home. Shield battery in the wall off gets cancelled. The Adepts go after it. It's 2 Adepts into 2 Sentries. So many players look like they are desperately urgent when the opponent's gone 1-gate expand and they haven't, in order to get their own expansion up. Hero just casually takes it, almost a minute later than his opponent. Doesn't care. Classic Scout sees the Nexus. Sees a Twilight Council. Classic should be probing quite hard here, but he's not built a battery on the natural, and I've got to wonder about that. No battery on the natural. Does a Stalker and a Sentry beat 2 Adepts, guys? I think it does, but I think they could kill the Sentry if they want to, if they commit. Sentries don't have many hit points. 40 hit points, 40 shields. Adept is 70-70, Stalker is 60-80. Wait. Sorry, it's 80-80. I was like, what? Since when is the Stalker 60-80? It took 2 Adept shots, that's why. I was like, I thought I was like, did they mess up this mod? Of course, they've modded this to play on the 12-worker start, guys, with all of the pre-patch changes. Warp gates, don't have to pay for them or anything like that. Adept shading around. Almost had a bit of a conniption, didn't I? The Oracle does get committed to this time, which I love. Hero's going to go for the latest Stargate of all time. Is this not the most Hero build you've ever seen, guys? He's like, look, I'm totally playing Blink. And he will. He will make Blink here. But then he's also just going to make like 1 or 2 Phoenix to shut down the double Oracle, I think. And he might make his own super delayed 2 Oracles just to surprise Classic when Classic's out of the map. The North American Stargate timing. The most surprising because it's so incredibly late. Oracle pulling away. One in chat says Toilet Council. Mate, you got to update your memes. Toilet Council doesn't exist no more. It's Blizzard does patches for StarCraft now, my friend. It's the intern memes are the one. You're gonna make intern / janitor memes are the memes you meant to go for. Look at this Oracle, guys. It's gonna hit at like 5 minutes. The most shocking Oracle is an Oracle that's 2 minutes late, my friends. Well, don't lie to us. We know you made this patch. I mean, if I did it, then it's Balance Our Pig. That's also not Balance Council. That's Balance Our Pig. Still, different meme. Different meme. Adepts come in. Nice. Gets 2 probes. Oracle comes in on the natural. The battery is helping out a little bit. You can see the Adepts going down finally on the left side, but 6 probes, not bad at all. And he can kill 1 or 2 more. Even through battery healing, you can kill probes. You just only get 2 damage beyond the shields each shot. So Hero with a nice start there. 7 probes, really well done. And Classic with the faster expansion, getting surprised. And now he proxies a gate. He builds a Phoenix to shut down the enemy Oracle. And now he builds a gateway down there. I love how just free-flowing and loose Hero is. This is one of the great things. So many people, and I feel like even top pros, get stuck in the mindset of like, oh, you have to do this in this game. I think if we all just played StarCraft more like Hero, holy crap, the game would be so fun and dynamic. It's people saying it's the interpretive jazz of StarCraft, pretty much. Ooh, Phoenix takes a lot of damage, but as long as he keeps it alive, you can always go chase the Oracle out of any dead space. It's a kind of ambitious push here for Classic. He's got 8 Stalkers against 9. Blink is going to be ready for him just a few seconds faster, but this is still very dangerous. Oh my, look at that crazy dive there for Hero. Hero's a mad lad, isn't he, man? Stalker's trying to blink back for Classic. He's got to be careful. Sentries do go down. Now Hero's blink is done as well. Classic getting chased off from this base. You can see the units lost time massively favored here for Hero. Might even get 1 more Stalker if he keeps chasing. 4 gateways, blink coming in. 3 Stalkers for 2. Sentry went down there as well. Just crazy how many more units Classic lost, though, with the Oracle, the Sentries. They cost so much, not to mention the Zealot. Oh, that was a good dodge, though, on that first volley. Really good dodges on the first volley. Hero's not ready for this fight. He's got to get out of here. Hero's overcommitting now, and he's actually giving Classic a good trade. Really nice trade for Classic. Well done. Beautiful micro for Classic. The way he dodged the first volley completely. And look, even gets another one. And Hero's going to try and chase, because Hero's crazy like that. Hero's only got 1 gateway more of production, and notice he's now lost 7 Stalkers for 4. That ties up the units lost tab. Third Nexus is up for both sides. Similar timing, similar probe count. This game resets. Awesome. Hero has +1 weapons on the way. Classic's Forge just started. Classic has a Robo started, though. I don't think we're going to see a Robo for a long time for Hero. Simply because, I mean, it makes sense. You've got an Oracle out. As long as you have an Oracle out, that is detection. Don't really want to spend on the Robo. You'd rather get your probe count up. Maybe even go 4th Nexus before going for Robo, if you think you can get away with it. Oracle comes in, gonna find some more damage. This North American Oracle, man, I'm telling you, Hero is a menace with this sort of stuff. Just off-timed Oracle, so annoying. And now he can even throw a stasis trap down. Gonna try and fly away, but I think the Stalkers will catch him. Notice Classic hides it. And there we go, yeah. Baits the Oracle in, gets rid of it. Hero's gonna try and punish him for using his blink there on the Oracle. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a 1-for-1 trade that's so dangerous. Hero's the only guy who like shoves in there at a time where he doesn't really need to be pushing at all, but he's like, nah, you used your blink for the Oracle. I've got 3 seconds, let's go. Big thank you, Techie, for the subs. Love Bond as well. Weaves, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. 3 Adepts warping in behind the 3rd. Hero sees it though. Classic ain't gonna find much here, man. Stalkers will shut this down. They can blink on this. Hero forget he had those 4 Stalkers there? I feel like he did. Oh, blinks 2 Stalkers that way, 3 that way. Lets these Adepts away a little bit. Will they be able to properly escape though? They need to shade home if they want to get out. I'm gonna do just that. Zealots on top, Stalkers on top. Adepts trying to shade away desperately. Big Stalker counter though. Classic. He's like, screw this, man. I'm in an awkward spot. I need to get some damage done. Depowering a bunch of these gates and the Cyber Core. Takes out the Phoenix as well. See those depowered structures. Of course, this is a mod that also has that lovely display on some of those buildings. Nice Stalker blinks to the low ground. That guy got stuck there. Got wedged in the corner. Was that all worth it? I don't know. Always hard to say. If he finds these proxies, it would be amazing, but he doesn't. And that's so frustrating for Classic. Fourth base coming up for both sides at a similar timing. Classic is behind. You can see Heroes ahead on +2 significantly. Templar Archives coming in now for Classic, and a 9th Gateway. Feels like this game is still very close. If we look at the armies, Hero has a much heavier Blink Stalker count, while Classic is pivoting into Immortal Archon more. Stalkers have more maneuverability, but there is a 9 worker advantage for Classic. I like the army split for Hero. I think this could snowball if he just distracts with these guys, runs in on the other side, and just goes, yoink, got your Nexus. Snap recall. Snap recall. Very, very quick recall here. But did he recall enough units? Classic blinks forward to try to punish, but he actually is kind of outnumbered. Zealot Stalker dives on this side as well. A double Nexus Knife. Adept Shade in at the same time. Hero does lose 5 probes, but he's taken out 2 Nexi. Hero is a crazy person. He uses this more agile Blink Stalker arm. He gets a double Nexus Snipe, and it really does have that energy, doesn't it? I always feel when Hero does this, it's like someone going, got your nose. Who's a little Protoss player doesn't have a 3rd base or a 4th base? Like, there's just something obnoxious about it if he does it to you, but it's also, if you're a Hero fan, it just puts such a big smile on your face, because who just splits their army in mid-game PvP and just double Nexus snipes and then gets out of there? When he's down in army supply, quite a bit. He's got to defend a scary counterattack. The probes get pulled! Classic! Classic's like, you don't have Archons, let's go. I'm not rebuilding these Nexi. I'll be way too behind by the time those get up. You're on 4 base. And he's just going to go for one big all-in. Zealot Archon warping in on the front. Classic is done dealing with Heroes BS in this game. And he's just going to force the fight. And I think it's a good call. I think it's a pretty good call. The Zealot Stalker comes in. The probes get pulled on the front. It's a vicious all-in. Hero pulls his probes as well. Any tanking could be good, but the Zealot Archon minces those so quickly. The heavy Stalker count for Hero, though, is very good defensively. He can micro this back for a while, but he blinks them all at once, which is not really optimal. He does pull them into a nice little corner, though. The Zealot Immortal, with that cannon on the right side, trying to put up a defense there. Hero desperately trying to warp in units. Classic with a sick probe pull, but the Stalkers on the left actually break Classic's concave there. Classic needs more damage. His Stalkers blink forward. His Archons, Immortals, cleansing all the probes on this base, and it looks like it's going to be enough. He's breaking through. There's still a lot of Stalkers up north. That cannon is doing crazy damage. It's on 7 kills. But wait, the Immortal takes some big damage. The Prism is exposed. The Prism's going to go down, which cancels a warp in of a few more Zealots. That Immortal's going to get taken out by those Zealots. The Archons both get popped. No way, Hero. He barely hangs on here against Classic's all-in counterattack. Classic is forced to tap out. What in the world? Hero makes PvP so much fun. I always say it. There are certain mirror matchups which I do dodge. If you put Beyond in a TVT, Hero in a PvP, and who's probably the funnest? Probably Dark, or maybe Raynor in his EVZ, and suddenly those matchups become so dynamic and fun. Awesome play for Hero. Barely gets the victory there with that hold. All right, guys, going into game 3, Hero in the top right side, Classic in the bottom left. It's going to be Verdant Temple. Quite a dynamic map here. Classic's going to go for that low ground wall off again. I always feel like 2-gate is just so much easier to manage, but Classic has decided expansions are the way to do it. What happened to the players' names? Both of these geniuses decided to play on their barcode accounts in a Premier tournament. So we've had to go and edit their names on. Very professional. Hey, what's up, Crispy Bacon? Hi, I'm from AoE too. I got a gifted sub, and I really liked your play. Thank you, Crispy Bacon. I feel like that's a name I've seen in my chat before, but maybe there's a lot of Crispy Bacons out there. Welcome, my friend. We are right now watching 2 of the best Protoss players in the world. Winner of this will be facing off against the loser of Cyril and Maru, best Zerg and Terrans of all time. The lower bracket finals, and then the grand finals will also be casting today here for the Maestros, hosted in Paris just a couple days ago, casting the replays of this one today. And what a fantastically fun event it is. One of the best crowds. Bit of live music usually at these events as well. I don't know if they did they do an opening ceremony performance this time, guys? I didn't get to watch much of the stream at all, but during the first event, they opened with a friggin' StarCraft rap show. I was like, what is going on? It was amazing. That's what happens when you've got probably the most musically talented StarCraft commentators and fans in the French scene. I mean, if you guys want just a taste of it, I think my favorite is their Clem theme song. They did a cover of Despacito, but they changed it to Clem's last name instead of Despacito. And that's one of the funniest and most well-produced music videos I've seen in StarCraft. Probe moving down the left side. So you can see Hero here once again faking the proxy. Classic's looking everywhere. He's panicking. He's like, oh, he's all in. He's all in. And look at this. He's just going to go for a Twilight Council. So just one Adept, one Stalker, fake Pylon. This is the first scout Hero has in the game. Hero knows Classic is trying to play reactive, so he's kind of making him overreact. Now he goes for the delayed Pylon block. And look at this. He's like, where's your proxy? I've checked in all the good proxy locations. Well, he's not proxying. All he's done is hide a Pylon in the corner of the map. And he's got a massive overreaction. Now, Hero has frozen on 23 workers. This could be a one-base blink all-in, because on this map, you can come through the back door. Blink all-in on one base. Actually, quite a decent all-in, but nice scout for Classic. Sees no Nexus. Now, it's not early enough to confirm exactly what's going to be. Sees a few Stalkers. He's still in the dark as Classic, other than the fact that it's one base. Oracle, of course, will give him a bit more information, but Hero respects the Oracle. Goes for the shield battery in the main, so he's not going to get eliminated by that. More probes are building, or at least one more probe is building, I should say. Does he actually just one base blink all in? Yes, he's sending a probe out. He's going to go proxy a Pylon, maybe even a gateway on the map. This is the slowest all in to hit one base blink, guys. It's very slow. It's really hard for Void Rays to defend. You need to go Immortals. That's the problem, is it's so rare for someone to do a one-base blink all-in. Normally, the defensive player doesn't realize, stays on Void Rays too long, and then the Stalkers hit a critical mass where they can just volley them down. The Void Rays die too quickly at a certain critical point. 15 Stalkers is like the real kill point where you can one-shot a Void Ray. But even before that, it gets scary once they can get two-shotted. Stalker Adept Micro on the front. The Urubu over there on the left side is watching. Battery's about to go down. Stalker and Zealot trying to hold on. Void Ray should be able to hold on here. Nice cancel on the battery at the last second. Probably wants to turn this Void Ray around, right? Oh, Hero, careful, mate. Oh, Hero baits him. Classic! Oh, Classic not watching, losing his Void Ray. Absolutely disastrous play. And that's potentially game-ending. He's building a Robo now. I mean, he realizes what's up. He's seen that it's a one-base blink all-in, but a Void Ray for a Stalker is a terrible trade. Oh my lord, even for two Stalkers, you would not take that trade. Because you know every Void Ray is meant to buy you so much time here and keep you alive. And look, now he just blinks across. And that's going to be that 3-0, easy as that. So clean, so simple. Yeah, there's an Immortal and a Void Ray about to pop. A Void Ray pops, but one Void Ray on its own. He just blinks on it. Oh, he blinks away, actually. And look at that, the Void Ray comes forward. This is just bad Void Ray micro. Bad Void Ray micro for Classic, not even trying to pull him away. Oracle does get an Omega Stasis on the other side of the map, completely freezing Hero's income. Is that enough? Surely not. The Immortal needs to do crazy damage. Got to keep it near the battery. Oh, he didn't realize there was a battery back there. Hero dives, but doesn't lose any Stalkers yet. Amazing micro. Amazing micro. Wow, Hero's micro is so good. He blinks forward again, but the probes are blocking. Can't quite finish the Immortal off. Energy recharge could be good. Energy recharge. Oh my gosh, the Immortal actually gets a few kills here. Classic. Hold it on for dear life, but the Immortal goes down. But he's going to do another stasis trap on the other side of the map. He is going to freeze that entire worker line again. Hero only on 9 Stalkers. That Immortal comes out. It could deal with these bad boys. Sends one Stalker to set off the barrier. He's going to try and blink to the low ground, rejoin with the rest of his crew. And indeed, he will do just that. But what do you got? One Immortal, you've only got 13 probes, and of course, Hero, he could expand, he could macro up, he can keep massing Stalkers. There's really no way for him to lose this game. See him taking out a few of these probes. He could just focus the Robo as well. He blinks forward, does force that Immortal back. You can see, once Blink's ready, he'll blink on it again to finish it off. And there we go. The Immortal gets volleyed down. Classic is going to be behind 3-0 in this set. And the Stalkers will kill every probe. The Immortal pops out, maybe kills 1 or 2 Stalkers. But of course, that is all. GG, Hero with a 3-0 lead. All right, guys, down 0-3. It's all on the line. Classic in the top left side of the map sends an early probe. His opponent in the bottom right side going for a very interesting first pylon Hero. And it looks like the players have at least kept the same colors, even though they are in opposite spawns. Now, missing you today, a map where... Oh, he almost sees the probe, but not quite. Classic What are we doing? Are we proxying or what exactly is this, guys? So he's gone gate gas. I have to question what this probe is doing for Classic. Is it a fake cannon rush? It feels like Classic has had an idea and it was incredibly half-baked with this probe. Oh no, he does get a bit of a reaction because Hero's like, wait, why didn't I see that probe coming across the map? Where did he come from? So he's kind of faking a proxy almost, or faking a cannon rush, but at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to get much out of it. Cybercore does start there for Hero. Classics about 2 seconds behind. Not a huge deal for either side. Now, Missing You today is a rather long map. Takes a while to get across. Hey, thank you, Dildozer. I appreciate the sub. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Bloody legends in the chat. If you guys are enjoying this series, the rare PvP series, you want to see me do more of these mirror matchups mixed in there. They usually do get much lower views, much less comments. Please comment. Comment on the video. Say hello. If you guys want to support extra, you can go check out the Patreon. There's a link below in the description. And support us more by signing up over there. Of course, you don't need to. Content's always going to be free. But figured, you know, I really should do more mirror matchups mixed in. It's just hard because there's so many good games going on. But Hero, I think, makes PvP always quite interesting to see what crazy builds he throws out. It's going to be Double Adept versus Double Adept. A very interesting matchup because a misstep on either side can lead to catastrophe. And Classic can just wall them out. Hero can't. So Hero kind of has to be ready to use a shield battery, have units in position, all this sort of stuff. Classic, it's going to be more about seeing them coming, building that building to wall them out temporarily. Of course, Hero could run up the ramp, build his own pylon. That could allow his Adepts to get in, but his Adepts are set up defensively for now. Interesting. Ooh, new probe gets in. See what he can do. Rotates around the back. Adepts shading forwards. Ooh, hello. Okay, he's going to get a few. 4. Did he get 5? Oh, he couldn't quite get in range for the 5th snipe. 4 probes for 2 Adepts. I always question this. I always think, is that worth it? I think it's fine for Classic, but I also think for Hero with the quicker Nexus, by only a few seconds admittedly, but Chrono's on his probes, I think he's fine with it. 4 probes is not too crazy, especially when you're only down by 1 at the end of it. Classic's going to build a pylon out there. And an early robo. And this feels like he's going to build 4 gateways and go for a push. That's a crazy thing. People don't normally do this, but there is a... I mean, or maybe he just warps into Adepts and harasses with it, I guess. I don't know. It feels like he's just going to chrono a Prism out and just go across the map with a Prism, rally an Immortal in to join the push later, and just non-stop warping units while maybe cutting probes occasionally. But then I look at this and I think Classic's been playing so conservative all series long. Is that really what he's going to do? It's Hero who moves out first and actually catches these 2 Adepts of Classic, but he's not watching. Meanwhile, looks like these Adepts do cancel that. Shade's going to go forwards. Hero was not watching. Missed Classic's Adepts there. Still works out okay. Should only lose 2, I think. Ooh, and Hero accidentally lets this Shade finish. Those 2 Adepts go down, or one of them does. The other one recalls. Only 1 probe in mining time, so Hero ends up okay. Another pylon building forwards. Prism's on the way. So it's Immortal into Prism. It looks like Classic wants to push. And yet, I don't know, it feels like it's half-assed. I'm very surprised. Blink is like halfway done. Feels like Hero with the 3rd gateway with Blink is going to have enough mobility to deal with this. And I mean, you look at this. Where's the Forge? Where's the Twilight? Big signs of aggression here. And Hero, he sees the pylon with Hallucination. He's tracking these Adepts. He's got his own Adepts on the other side of the map. And Hero, no doubt, is just going to know, build pylons, build Stalkers, don't die. Name of the game. Force fields come in, but the Shades finishes like a second later. So those 3 force fields a little questionable. They do delay the Adept slightly, you know, get a little bit of damage on him, but nothing too crazy. These 2 Adepts will shade away. Very nice play here for Hero to make the most of it. These 2 Adepts are over there on the right. He's going to try and prison them into the main. It feels like Classic is running around like a headless chicken right now. Like he's taken way too long to make this push. I was saying, I thought he would go with the first Prism and 2 more gateways, but he's just taking forever to push. And I mean, Blink is now done. Making Glaives his hero, I think that might be overcomplicating. I think just Blink Stalkers beats this push. But of course, he's thinking, oh, you're going to have 2 or 3 Immortals. I don't want to fight those with Blink Stalkers. Let's get Glaive Adepts. And it does make a lot of sense, especially with your sentry count. Stalkers are here. Does not get any damage on the Prism. These 2 Adepts are going to shade in. Hero getting so much scouting and activity with these Adepts, and he continues to see no Forge, no Twilight, no sign of a transition for Classic. The only thing I'd be worried about as Hero is checking the gold base. I'd be like, dude, does he have the gold? There's gold here, there's gold here. Of course, we know he doesn't have either of those, but now he sees the army on the front. Good force fields, brilliant force fields, great positioning for Hero. This is really awkward because his buildings kind of choke up his own base. This is why often I don't like building gateways on my natural like this, but of course, Hero only now has added these pylons where he actually has decent production space, so his own buildings should be working against him, and yet he positions around that so well. Hero is so good at adapting to these dynamic situations, and Stalker's still blinking around. He's got a Warp Prism, so if units do get trapped up front, he can ferry them to safety. I'd love him to energy recharge one of these front sentries, because he's got a full energy sentry, but he's only got 1. About to be 2 force fields across the rest of the pack. Well, he's warping in his own Adepts in the main base. He's got Glaives about to come in. Hero says, hey, you're all in. I do not want to give up position on the front. And yeah, I'm going to lose some probes, but that's okay. Glaives is kicked in. My Adepts are going back to the front. I lose 5 probes, but now I can commit to the fight. And he's going to do just that. He blinks forward. He shades on top. The unit's coming forward. He's got to pick up his Immortal and get it on the front line, and that's exactly what he does. The Immortal needs to get focused. Classic does click on it. Hero's Immortal goes down almost instantly, but the rest of the army gets shredded by the Adepts, and that's a great fight for Hero. Look at this. As the Immortals go down, there's no Prism left anymore. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Adepts do shade. They kind of didn't need that one, to be fair, but that is a cleanup. And Classic, he's only now got his Twilight coming up. He foreshadowed this attack minutes ago. Hero had all the time in the world to react, to get his own Glaive Adepts up. And now Classic, he just looks a bit like he's running into a stiff wall of opposition. He played too reactive early on in this series, too defensive. And I think he's just given Hero too much freedom. Hero is able to get away with this kind of loose, free-flowing builds if you give him this much room. And it's kind of what's happened. 5 batteries, an Immortal, and 2 Adepts. Well, that ain't going to do anything. There's just no firepower. 1 Immortal and 2 Adepts is not going to defend this. Hero doesn't even take a third behind this. He's super chill. He's got a few Adepts at home because he's expecting more Warp-ins to counterattack. That's what Classic's done whenever he's behind in this game. Here come the Stalkers. The Adepts are just going to shade past. He's just going to click on top. He says, why go for the economy? The Adepts can take care of the Immortals so easily. Drops his Immortal and Stalker forwards. The probes get pulled into Resonating Glaive Adepts, guys, which is just a disaster. That Immortal goes down as well. It's going to be GG, man. A dominating 4-0. Beautiful play for Hero from early on in the series. I felt like as time went on, Classic's confidence just started to wane. Fantastic play from Hero.